Today, we're diving into a piece by Sir Crispin Tickle that might just change how you see our planet. It's called The Day After Tomorrow.
You know, for billions of years, our planet has been through it all. It's weathered giant asteroids, deep freeze ice ages, and all sorts of cosmic craziness. It's proven to be incredibly tough. So what's the big deal about right now? What makes this moment so unique in Earth's long and wild history?
To really get a grip on why today is different, we have to pull the camera back. I mean, way back. We need to appreciate the absolutely mind-boggling scale of everything that came before us.
Now, this timeline, wow, it really puts things into perspective, doesn't it? Life itself got started over 3 billion years ago. The more complex stuff, multicellular life, that's a story that's about 500 million years old. And us, our whole civilization, it's all happened in just the last 12,000 years, a tiny, cozy little warm spell since the last ice age.
And get this, throughout all that incredible stretch of time, life wasn't just along for the ride. All of Earth's living things have kind of worked together, almost like one giant, self-regulating system, constantly shaping the environment to make it, well, better for life.
And believe me, this system has been put through the ringer. We're talking catastrophic asteroid hits, volcanoes that blot out the sun, continents literally ripping themselves apart. The environment has been pushed to the brink so many times. But, as Sir Crispin Tickle says, there have always been correctives. The system finds a way to bounce back. Life itself is robust.
Okay, and that brings us to today, because right now, that tough, self-correcting system is being challenged in a way it has never been before. And it's all because of one single species. Us.
For most of our history as hunter-gatherers, we pretty much fit right into the ecosystems around us. But then we figured out farming, and that changed everything. We started clearing land, our populations grew, which led to cities, and then, bam! About 250 years ago, the Industrial Revolution kicks in. And for the first time ever, our impact wasn't just local anymore, it went global.
And here's the real kicker. It's the speed and the sheer scale of the changes happening right now that have no precedent. Scientists have a term for this. They call it a no-analog state. That's really just a technical way of saying we've gone completely off the map. There's nothing in Earth's history that's a perfect comparison for what we're doing.
The scientist James Lovelock came up with a really powerful and, honestly, pretty unsettling metaphor for this. He said our species is acting like a planetary disease. It's a jarring way to think about it, but it really frames our relationship with our host, planet Earth.
So, if we run with this disease idea, it can really only end in one of 4 ways. The first 3 are pretty dark. Either the disease, us, is destroyed, it just becomes a nagging chronic problem, or it kills the host. But there's a 4th option. Symbiosis. That's a lasting relationship where both the invader and the host actually benefit each other. And that's the choice we're facing.
So if the planet is sick, what are the symptoms? Well, this analysis points to 6 major pressure points that are pushing our world to its absolute limit.
Here they are, the big 6. Our booming population, the way we're degrading land and piling up waste, the massive stress on our water, of course, climate change, the whole puzzle of how we produce and use energy, and finally, the destruction of life itself, biodiversity. Now, we hear a ton about some of these, right? Climate change, pollution. But the argument here is that the last one on that list, the damage to the diversity of life, is somehow flying almost completely under the radar for most people. This is the crisis of extinction, the permanent loss of the other species we share this planet with. And the numbers are just staggering. The World Conservation Union says that the rate of extinction right now is somewhere between 1,000 and 10,000 times higher than what it would be naturally. Just let that sink in for a second. Okay, so we've looked at the symptoms, but if you want to find a cure, you've got to figure out the root cause. And the argument here is that the real problem goes deeper than just pollution or waste. It's actually baked into the very way our society thinks about money and value. This quote from Sir Crispin Tickle absolutely nails it. Our entire global economy is built on a system that is fantastic at one thing, setting prices. But it is fundamentally completely blind to something much, much bigger, recognizing the true costs. Let's break that down. When you buy something, the price you pay covers things like labor, materials, and manufacturing. That's what the market sees. What it completely ignores are all the hidden environmental costs. The pollution that was created, the natural resources that were used up, the habitats that were destroyed. Those are very real costs, but you won't find them on any price tag.
So what's the solution? Well, it calls for a totally new way of thinking about economics. We need a system where prices tell the whole truth, the ecological truth. A price should reflect the actual cost of replacing a resource, or finding a substitute, or cleaning up the mess that was made to produce it.
And look, this isn't just about tweaking a few policies or inventing some cool new tech. This requires a profound, fundamental shift in how we see the world and our role in it.
And this right here, this might be the single most important idea in this entire explainer. We usually think of the environment as just one part of the economy. This flips that completely upside down. The economy exists entirely within the environment. It depends on it for literally everything. The economy isn't the parent company, it's a wholly owned subsidiary.
Making this kind of shift is a massive undertaking. It means governments have to step up and use their financial tools, taxes, incentives, you name it, to protect our shared natural world. But, and this is a huge but, they absolutely cannot do it alone. It's impossible without all of us understanding why it's necessary and getting behind it.
Which leaves us with one last big question. If our entire economy is just a subsidiary and the environment is the parent company that owns and sustains everything, who then is responsible for the health of that parent company? That's a question for every single one of us.